In this lesson, we're going to create some straps that hold this little tank to the side of the boiler. So let's F3, select the tank, select the boiler, Alt and Q to isolate. Let's select that little tank, turn off Turbo Smooth. I want to grab some of these polygons, and they still are, F2 so you can see the better what's selected. They're still selected. I'm going to go to Top Viewport. I'm going to deselect the ones that are closer to the boiler up to the halfway point, just like that. F3 again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shift and drag them, just a touch, a small amount. I'm going to make them to a new object, clone to object. We'll call it straps, -01, okay. And now what we want to do is deselect the tank and select those straps, which we did. There they are. And at the edge sub-object level, I'm going to grab the leading edge of each one, top and bottom. Toggle your view if you need to from shaded to wireframe. And now I'm going to shift and drag that back, just like that. Okay, that looks good. Okay, let's go back to that, turn the Turbo Smooth on for that little tank, and grab these straps again. And for the time being, let's just add a shell modifier. Modifier list, shell. That value looks really good. It's 0.46 on the outer amount. In the modifier list, hit T 3 times for Turbo Smooth, enter. Okay, you can kind of see what they're doing. Not bad. We're going to continue to model with them though. So what we want to do is select just the top 3 edges, so 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and shift, drag them up, drag them out, drag them up, and drag them out. Just a little bit more than that. A little, not a lot like that. There we go. Let's deselect that one. Police forward. That's good. And one more time. Shift and drag them out. Okay. Turn on your shell and Turbo Smooth. See what the result is. That looks pretty good. But I think we could use an edge running right down the middle of all of these. So 3 edges selected, Alt and R for ring selection, Control Shift and E. Okay, undo that. That's connect. We have a connect setting from the previous action. So let's do connect settings and let's right click to zero out that slide value. Okay. Go to the top of the stack. There you go. Let's make the iterations 2. I think they should be a little thicker than they are. When we Turbo Smooth, they look a little thinner. So let's just on the fly add some thickness. That looks good. Now we're going to do the same down at the bottom. We're going to just select some edges. That one, and this one. Alt L loop select. And we're going to shift and drag those. So shift, drag them down, push them back till they kind of meet the boiler, which is a pretty big distance. So let's do them like this. That's good. One more time, shift, pull them back. There we go. Turbo Smooth on. Now they're almost where we want them. Ends look a little rounded off, so what we're going to do is, same edges are selected, we're going to chamfer those edges. That'll keep things a little tighter. Let's right click these values out. There we go, just like that. Check for OK. Go up the stack. There you go, that looks better. So now we have these straps. Look like they're touching, let's make sure. We can also add an inner amount on the shell modifier, just like that, if you need to, and you can add segments to crisp it up. That looks much better. Okay, they're called straps. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab a bolt. So let's exit isolation. Let's grab this bolt right here. F3 so I can see what I'm getting. There we go. I want to just use the manipulator to drag it back a little bit to a copy. Effect pivot only. And we're going to center that pivot back to the objects and turn off effect pivot. Zoom in. Let's just take that bolt now. Move it Move it a little bit, scale it, R for scale, and scale it down. Then you rotate a little if you need to. Let's rotate it locally. Okay, there's one. I'm going to do one of those for each strap, maybe even two, depending on how you want it to look. So shift, drag to clone. There we go. As a copy. And one more time. Shift, drag, copy, okay. Now that tank looks pretty good. What we want to do is take this line, the steam line. Should probably go towards the middle here. So what I'm going to do is, I left it as a spline. I'm going to select this end of it and just pull it out so it kind of coincides with the middle here. Just like that. Might need to make some adjustments. You can see there's a little kink there, so let's select this vertex. Could probably even delete that one. No, okay. Move it back. F3. Let's hit this handle and manipulate the Bezier curve. That looks better. Let's turn off wireframe. Okay, that's more like what I had in mind. And now we'll go back to this tank. Grab this end polygon right here, and let's inset that. What we're going to do is make a little recess, a little junction where it meets the pipe. I like that value, so I'll say OK. Let's inset again. Zero out that value. That looks good. Let's extrude. Right click, come out this way a little bit. OK. Let's inset one more time. That value is good. We can leave it the way it was. There we go. Okay, so it's close to what I want. A little tighter than that. So come back here. Let's take that edge. Alt and L for a loop selection. R for scale. Shift and X for your edge constraints. Let's just pull that in. And let's also do a ring selection on this set of edges. Alt R. And let's connect. Right click this slide value. OK to accept. And let's once again smooth. And that looks good. You can make more little pieces that go on there and valves and stuff. It's not a big deal if you want to add more detail. I'm going to take that same polygon that's selected and I'm going to extrude it back a little bit. Right click. Just like that, maybe twice. OK. And OK. So now, with that done, I'll just move this F3 so I can see what I'm selecting. I want to select this blue line again, which is what I have right now. Vertex sub-object level. And just shift that out just like that. Maybe down a little bit so that it goes into that little opening. Perfect. That's what we want. Okay, so now we're going to pause the video in a second. And in the next video, we're going to make this little barrel that's a little further back. And it houses some sort of long pipe or piston. So that's going to be in the next video. I'm going to pause right now.